Hello, everyone. Seems that Lori made it here to Arizona. Hey, Birdo. So, Lori's here in Arizona, and they're going to have a press conference in 6 minutes. And yeah, so that's where we are right now. It's going to start. Um, yeah, her. She just looks totally different in her mugshot, doesn't she? Man, prison sure is aging her. But I can't wait because I am going to try everything possible to attend this trial. It's only 2 hours from me. So I'm so excited. But it's probably not going to be till like 2030. Do y'all hear that? Something keeps beeping in my ear and I can't figure out what it is. And I have do not disturb on, so I don't know what is going on here. Berto, how are you, my friend? It takes a while for people to come in. I hope it stops beeping at me. Whoop, whoop. And I just scheduled it. Did you get a notification, Berto? Hi, how is everyone? Please hit that thumbs up for me, please. Thank you. I'm good. I didn't know Lori was here until this morning. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think she got here last night, or she already made her first appearance in court. I don't like to go live early before a, a press conference or a court hearing because I don't know what to say. If you're in here, say hello, please. It'll start in 3 minutes. Yeah. Hello, my cats. So they even have a video on how she was transported from Idaho to here. Are you serious right now? I thought it was kind of funny. Oh, I still have my volume on my phone. But we're still doing body cam tonight. Don't worry. Y'all already know. I was live 6 hours yesterday. Yeah. So y'all already know I'm gonna be here tonight. And it's really important body cam footage, you guys, because it's about pedophiles getting caught. So it's gonna be a trigger warning, but it's also gonna be you know, something informative for your children. For your children and for adults, you know what I mean? All right, I just have to make sure some of the screens cover up. You know. I need something cute to put up here, y'all. Kaz, what time is it, honey bunny? Sunny? Y'all, is it cold where y'all are? Oh, Jesus, it's cold here. It's supposed to rain here, but it's supposed to snow in the mountains that's around us. Higher elevation, too low here. Penelope is barking already, you guys. So she will not face the death penalty because our wonderful governor, Miss Hobbs, Yeah, it's 12 for me in 1 minute. Our governor halted. Oh, yeah, I forgot you're in Columbus. Our governor halted death penalties because it is quote unquote inhumane. And she will not put death penalty back until they find a humane way to execute someone. How that makes sense? They don't do their crime in a humane way. Why should they get killed in a humane way? Know what I mean? Any day now. Courts. Excuse me, people. Excuse me. All right, sorry. I had to cough. I don't like coughing in the microphone because do y'all hear it loud when I cover it? Because I do try to cover it, the microphone part. Snapdragon and pop, pop, pop. Huh. Mm, 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 mm. I'm not in StreamYard right now. If anyone is. So I watched this lady that is Charles's sister. Did you guys know that? Charles's sister's on YouTube. Her channel is called Difficult Research. All right. It hasn't. Um, how is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Hit that like button for me. We're about to see Miss Lori Vallow for the first time in Arizona since she moved to Idaho. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, good. I don't know what's taking so long. Uh-oh, 6 days? Holy guacamole. You can hear it, Pink? Oh my god, I don't know what it is. Mm. See, it happened after I reset the modem in the computer, and then now it's making that stupid beepy noise. Stupid beepy noise. Come on, Maricopa County, get with the program here. Y'all making us Arizonians look very bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Arizonan look bad. Yeah, it's cloudy outside. It's supposed to rain, but in the mountains, it's supposed to. See, Tucson is a bowl. I only eat boneless wings, and I um, only have had Hooters. Don't laugh at Mac. What flavor you got? Extremely hot? Did you get a hot flavor? Well, you guys, we're just waiting along with everyone else. I'm just checking some things. So I found some videos of interrogations. Well, cause most of their wings. Oh, oh, I didn't. I don't. I don't go there, so I don't know. But I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Difficult. Oh, she's JJ's aunt, Charles's niece. So Charles is her uncle. Ja- JJ's aunt, Charles Vallow's niece. That's who she is, guys. Let me put her link for you. Everything she does is Chad or Lori. All right, let me get into mine. Okay, guys, this is Charles's niece, JJ's aunt. Um, you guys go sub up. She has really good information, but just not right now. You know, you gotta stay with me right now. We're just waiting for Arizona to get off. They're probably still, mm, they're probably at lunch or something because it's noon here. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so that's what I was saying. So I have a couple of interrogations where they actually confess or get busted. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to show y'all. But I'm not showing y'all on here. I usually don't even talk on these things. But Arizona wants to take forever and a freaking day. So, yeah, that's just, we're slow people. Slow people. Do-do-do-do. So I think today, Birdo and Kaz, I got shucky ducky. All right, 17 minutes, 14 minutes. So about, no, pause. Oh, this. one. It got which one's playing? That one. All right, guys. Sorry, guys. Come on, Arizona. Sometimes I get asked why I have shorter hair than my mother, and my answer is always because my mom is older. And oh, snap. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. No, shoot. For real, yo. I was looking in East Idaho News' chat, and someone said she should be glad Sheriff Joe is gone, and that's so right, y'all, because that's the one that had Tent City and made them the guys dressed in pink. Yeah, I think it was Joe Arab. I don't exactly remember how to say it, but yeah, she's lucky that he's not there anymore. Yeah, that's her mugshot, you guys. That's her Arizona mugshot right there on the screen. Yes, it does. My hair's about to be short. Someday. Huh. Someone said, Lori might actually get more visitors in Arizona. She's lived there a long time compared to Idaho. Do you actually think um do you actually think that anybody would visit her? Yes. She will if convicted and sent to prison, she will be in the same prison as what's her face? Jody Arias. She's in yeah. So just depends now when her trial will be. And I'm going. Best believe I'm going. Sheriff Pinzone got rid of Tent City. She better be lucky. Lori does not have access to hair products to make her blonde. What? Somebody said what's wild is in the front. She has the highlights in the front. Joe Ryan left an inheritance. I just knew Ty was getting Social Security for his death. Y'all, it's 13 minutes late. If you're in here, say hello, please. Come on, don't leave me hanging by my lonesome self. So Pryor said that Chad wants a face to face, in person meeting with Lori. And I also heard that yesterday the judge allowed them communication. Can you believe that? But they can't be face to face because he's in Idaho and she's in Arizona. They will have to be face to face soon. Pryor is something else, yo. For real. Y'all thought Lori's trial was crazy with Archibald as her as the defense attorney, wait till Pryor starts. Good Lord Almighty. He's going to object to everything. He's going to be long-winded. Yeah, this is going to be for chat. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Hello, everyone. Please press that like. We're still waiting for the press conference to start. I think they might be like coming back late for lunch or something. I don't know. It's 12:15 here. Why would they put a press conference at lunchtime? Maybe because people can watch it at lunchtime. Hello, Christy. I agree with you. Someone is paying a pretty penny for her commissary. Someone said someone is paying a pretty penny for her commissary and etc. Truth be told, she probably doesn't mind it, which is absolutely infuriating to think. Oh, I thought it was starting. Infuriating to think about her
custody of one of the prisons. We sent 4 deputies, more predictable and more within our control, that if we were going to transport her, that we wouldn't have to deal with any kind of weather conditions or air travel challenges. So our deputies left on the 27th for Idaho, arrived there, stayed for a day to prepare, and brought her back. We sent 2 extradition deputies, a supervisor, and 1 deputy from our K-9 division, but it's just because she's a female deputy. We want to make sure there was a female accompanying suspect Vallow in her travel back. It was about an 18-hour trip. In my statement, as you saw, I talked about the fact that we do about 250 plus extraditions every year. So this is not new for them. The uniqueness or maybe the circumstances involved in this particular case are very high profile and much to the interest of our local and national audience. I don't want to diminish it. It is what we do, as I say, and we do it very well. Whether
I'm like,
it is her or any other fugitive who's wanted in the state of Arizona, we're going to facilitate transfer into our custody so the prosecutor's office can prosecute them effectively. She had her initial appearance at about 2 a.m. when she was remanded without bond. So the case will now be in the hands of the county attorney. While in our custody, at the conclusion of whatever happens with the court case, she will then be returned to Pocatello, to their Department of Corrections. So I want to thank them for their cooperation and facilitation of this also. And I also want to just recognize and express gratitude to our team here, the deputies that spent 4 days on the road to bring her back safely. We do have a really, really good video for you, which I can't show you right now, but we'll get it to you of bringing her into the jail, where you get a good look at the process, the initial process of her custody. So I don't, there's not a whole lot more depth to it than that. I just want to make sure you heard from me the status of it, and I'm happy to answer a few questions if they're related to this case.
Sure. Let's start with. I was going to say, will she be kept in any sort of segregated situation, or is she going to be in just both regulated?
Yeah, no, that is a good question. She will be. She's deemed to be high security, so she'll be isolated in a high security area of the Estrella jail.
Tell us what goes into a process such as this. You've dealt with high-profile inmates in the past. That's not new, but obviously this planning has been going on, I would assume, for some time.
It has, and we wanted to make sure that it was during my tenure as sheriff, I feel like our focus has always been about being really fundamentally sound and less about the bells and whistles. And the men and women who put the planning and preparations took everything into consideration. As I said, we had challenging weather conditions. The last thing we wanted to do was try to fly and get stuck in an airport, where suddenly now we're in a space where there's a lot of community members and others, and it takes an extensive period of time. If we're going to travel that road, we need to make sure that we had the appropriate vehicles. As I said, we sent a female deputy to make sure that we had a female deputy accompanying a female inmate. We sent those from our FATE detail, and extraditions facilitated this because we're the best at managing any kind of transfer of custody or apprehension of those deemed to be dangerous. And make no mistake about it, sometimes I think we look at a person and judge them by appearance, and we go, well, this is a relatively moderate-sized female, what kind of a threat can she be? She is as much, if not more, of a threat to the harm of others as any other dangerous criminal we've had in our custody. So we figure out the entire route, map the challenges, where we're going to stay, how we make sure that our employees get the rest necessary to come back safely. I think it was an 18-hour drive back. Is that correct? About 18 hours? Yeah. So we'll call it planning an extensive road trip that just happens to include bringing back a dangerous fugitive.
Can you clarify this part, though? You said at some point she'd be brought back to Idaho to Pocatello, but this court case here, we don't know how long that's going to take. She has an arraignment coming up, and she has an appeal process. I was here for the duration of this case in Maricopa.
She'll be housed here until the conclusion of her case, and then once there is a conclusion, that the county attorney and their attorney there will have to determine. I would imagine that she'd have to return to spend her time there, and then whatever time either is going to be consecutive, concurrent, whatever the outcome is. But I'm just being respectful of the fact that she is in their custody, and now she's been transferred to us for the specific case.
I know initially.
Let me just check the rest of the room before I come back to you. Anybody got questions left? Hey, Rick, how are you, buddy? Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I
Um,
understand.
I have two, but what was her demeanor like during this process?
I understand that she was very sociable the entire trip. Talked quite a bit.
About what?
Oh, that's between the deputies, the courts, and the prosecutor, apparently. I don't know that she gave any specific statements related to the investigation, but I just know that they said she was very chatty.
And I'll just add to that. I know initially maybe there weren't plans to extradite her until after the appeal process in Idaho was concluded. Why did that change?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's something probably that I'm sure maybe Rachel Mitchell can answer to, the county attorney. She would know more about the specifics on any court-related elements.
So with that said, who ultimately makes the call? Is it between MCAO and then you, and the light is given, and then you say, okay, go, you guys ready for the trip that we planned? Idaho involved in it? Like, who ultimately makes that call? Because this kind of happened pretty quickly.
No, not so much. We just kept it under wraps because we didn't want to, I don't like to talk about things until we execute on them and carry out our duties. So the legal sides of the extradition relative to their willingness to allow us to take custody of her here and hold her for trial here, that takes place at the prosecutorial level. Once there's a green light that she is going to be available for us to extradite here to Arizona, then we take it from there and do all the planning and handle all the operations.
Was it you said it was an 18-hour drive back. Was it nonstop? Did you guys have to stop anywhere to rest, or just kind of what is that like when you have to drive someone like this across the country?
Well, I just know on drives that long, it's usually my family saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" But it's just stop for gas, stop for food, stop for rest stops, and make sure that we're being accommodating to the needs of the inmate. But get here as quickly as you can, without it being a danger to, as I said, we had 4 deputies, so I'm going to presume that they took turns driving, or if not, that they took time to rest. They got back safely.
And there was no issues along the way?
No. In this case, we used 2 4-wheel drive vehicles because we were going to be dealing with potential weather conditions. Not much more complicated than that. 4.
And I know we can't see the video, but we'll watch it later. Can you expand more what we'll see in the video when we do?
Yeah, I think you guys use the term perp walk. It's just her coming into the back parking lot of the ITR, being brought into the facility, a short, exposure to the search process, transfer her into the jail clothing, and then at that point she just goes into a cell waiting on her initial appearance. So it just gives you exposure to our team bringing her into the jail and getting a good look at this fugitive who's now in the custody of Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Any idea how much it costs to extradite her?
No, but I can get you that number. That's a good question. It's not cheap, but it's obviously money well spent.
Obviously, there was families that were impacted here.
Yeah.
Just what would you like to say to the families that were impacted here now, knowing that there's at least one step closer to closure in this case?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. When I spent a lot of time working with victims, as you guys know, when I was my former agency, all that matters is, I pray for them, that their hearts will find a way to heal as best you can with significant loss like this. When it comes to the justice side of the ledger, the scales, I don't know that, successful prosecution, what the punishment is. I don't think there's anything that occurs in that space that really fills that void. And I don't know that, I'm sure some family members feel passionate about it. Others just kind of want to have their own path to overcoming this. So for me, just from one human to another, my heart breaks for them. Anybody who suffered loss at the hands of an evil person like this, and I pray that they'll find peace.
Was there a time that the sheriff's
We do. We have a plane that we use for extraditions. It's really just distance circumstances, because it's not a it's not a commercial plane like you'd see. The majority of our extraditions occur through commercial transport. But again, now you're dealing with circumstances where you're going to be in an environment with a lot of other people who are just community members and unaware of the circumstances. So it enhances the danger slightly. If you go into a location and suddenly there's a storm and your flight is delayed, then you're sitting in an airport for hours, if not days, delayed because of that. And we wanted to mitigate any of those potential unexpected obstacles, unexpected challenges, to make sure that we could get her back as quickly as possible.
Obviously, she's an accused murderer in this state, but overall, she was found guilty. Have you followed the case at all leading up to this?
I don't. No. I mean, I'm familiar as much as you guys have reported. My team has briefed me, and it's not because I'm not interested, but I have a lot of other things that are pressing, timely, and specific to this organization that I focus on. So I know the devastation that's been left in the trail. I know the importance of making sure that this office handles our business professionally and efficiently. And, just to give you some context, as I said, 250 plus of these transfers a year that our extraditions team does. And our FATE team, who participated, they're approaching 1,000 arrests of fugitives that are extremely dangerous, and many of which, if I threw out some names, you wouldn't even know who they were, but they're getting them off the streets, made the community a safer place. All right, let's.
Estrella right now.
Yeah, is she at Estrella? Is that where we got her? Yeah, that's our jail for female inmates, so she'll be housed there. We will get you the video immediately as soon as you leave here.
Just clarify the charges too. I think the courts have 2 different counts of conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah, on the booking sheet, what I have is murder in the first degree, and then murder first degree premeditated. The conspiracy element is more of like a, I'm trying to get the correct term, but just it has to do with the process on how it was played out with others and everything. But at the end of the day, she's in for 2 counts of first degree murder, 1 premeditated. Yeah.
also just have a question. Is that pretty typical?
Hiding over there on me.
trying to become invisible. But,
Sure.
How common is that to kind of opt for the drive? I know you said whether it played a role, but any sort of high profile cases, is that more common?
I wouldn't say that it's uncommon. It's not something that happens frequently, but it's remove the name, remove the circumstances, with the exception of it is a person wanted for a violent crime. Anytime we have that kind of heightened threat because of the danger of the other members of the community, then we're going to look at all these other factors that could impede or delay our travel. And if we feel like those things outweigh the benefit of getting in a car and driving, and though it's inconvenient, then we're going to get in a car and drive and do whatever's necessary to keep people safe. So it wasn't just so much her, it was all the circumstances involved. Yeah. All right. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I appreciate your guys' time. Gratitude to our office and the men and women who do exceptional work every day. God bless.
Well, that was short and sweet. I was going to play the interrogation questioning of when Charles got killed. Would you guys be interested in watching that? I will make a totally different live for it. If you guys want to watch it, just let me know. Because it has been about, 10 years, it feels like. Let me see how long it is real quick. Let me see. Sorry, Vallow. Okay. It's an hour long. You want me to just play it here? Yeah, I'll just play it here, guys. All right, let me share the screen. It was I guess they don't really have enough information yet over here. They were just basically letting us know, that she's here. Alrighty.
Yeah. It's using the other one, because it'll be, Brendan's gonna monitor for him.
Okay, so just run up this way,
Okay.
if there's anything, but, you know.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You know what, I suggest you go to the hospital, you go back to school, I try to talk to the teachers, but in high school, okay, so
Okay.
you're not here to do the.
This was July 11th, 2019. That's when this was, guys.
I don't,
Like, they don't care.
well, I think in high school, it's like, it's pumping.
When she was in elementary and junior high, all the teachers worked with her, they were nice about it, but by high school, there's so many kids that just don't care. And I was like, just take it, you're so smart, let's just take it, see if you pass it. She passed it,
And
like,
got a really good score.
yeah, she passed it with like college ready in every category, the first time.
Well, and now she can do what she wants, so
Exactly.
she's better off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know Laura's your first name, right? Laura.
Lori.
Okay. And then what's your last name?
Vallow, Vallow.
And your date of birth? And your phone number? And you live at the house, right? Okay. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but it's probably the easiest way to start, is just to tell me what happened. And then, so you can start what makes the most sense to you, and we'll just work our way through it. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify.
Sure.
So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer,
And he just got information. He
Okay.
didn't say anything.
so yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of what happened. It sounds like some of this may have started last night or something along those lines. So
Right.
start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay, so, I
I told you, it's a crazy question.
Well, so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. We
Okay.
were in Houston. And so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So he's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Tylee, but he's all about JJ. Right? Because we adopted him together. He's
Okay.
his great nephew. We adopted him as a
Okay.
baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, like whatever, all these things. And then he told me
What kind of threats?
just you'd have to read them to see, but he's always mad at me, right?
Okay.
And he doesn't want a divorce, but I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how it is. So we married for 14 years, we've dealt with it for 14 years of him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her, a lot of things. But anyway, so he said, I'm coming Wednesday night, all of a sudden. I want to see JJ. And I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see whatever you want to. come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you initially moved, he had said he was gonna buy you a house, so you moved here with your.
Yeah, he was going to rent us a house.
And so you
'Cause
moved,
all my family lives here. So we lived here for a long time.
okay,
And then he moved us to Houston.
okay,
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his like services, his DDD, his
Yeah.
anything. He like ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him.
Mhm.
And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, 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 you know, the story. And so I just didn't talk to him.
But you are crazy, lady. Come on now. You just lost your husband and you're like laughing and giggling and just like whatever. Are you serious?
For like 30 days and let him take care of him and let him see what I've been doing for the
Yeah.
past 7 years because men need to do that. You know, I have 5 kids.
Yeah.
I have grown kids. I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation?
Right.
Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're
Right.
begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
Which he did. So it's like, come back and whatever. So I moved in with them to Houston
Okay.
for the family, you know, and Tyler went with me. We drove to Houston from here and left all our family and all his support, all my
Yeah.
son's support, like his cousins, everything. And we were there and I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services.
Come on, Lori. You act like they took JJ away from all his family in Arizona. He has no family. Excuse me, Kay and Larry is like 2 hours, an hour and a half from Houston. Come on, Lori.
And it takes forever.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so long to get that done.
There's no easy transferring.
There's
anything.
no easy transfer.
You start from
State
the
to
beginning.
state, it's a totally new thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just should have gone without services, without even applying. And I'm like, do you even realize? Because he didn't ever do it in the first place. I did it. Long story. I'll keep it short. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night. And I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday. Pick him up Thursday, take him Friday, whatever. And I said, Casey wanted to come to the house. And I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. She's a minor. She has to live here.
Yeah.
So because he gets in huge fights up there.
Okay.
And she hates him. And so I'm like, you can't stay at the house. So I will book you a hotel because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business and the business pays for it. Right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, I will book you a hotel nearby.
What does he do?
He works with teachers and their retirement plans, but he goes to them at their school.
Oh,
He
okay.
mostly works in California,
Okay.
no matter where we live. And we lived in Hawaii. He'd work in California. He'd work in Texas. He has like books of business in different areas. And so he just goes wherever.
Okay.
It kind of just gives him freedom that he doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs
Yeah.
child. It's like an excuse, right? So I've done that myself for the last 7 years anyway. And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family. You know, how it goes. Anyway. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. I'll get you a hotel and you can come play with JJ. But he goes to school all day.
Yeah.
I got him back into his school. His services, I met with the DDD yesterday and they finally are getting his services back. But we're paying $125 a day to have him back at school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hitting stuff, walls. Like, he just ripped him out of his life.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just how he is because he only thinks about himself. So. He says, coming to get JJ, and JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away, so he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming, like, Dad's going to come take you to school or anything. So he didn't bother me last night, which I was surprised. I was expecting kind of an ambush for him to kind of, like, come over or be just mean and say, that's my house, I'm on the lease, I'm going to stay here, kind of thing. Because that's kind of his macho attitude. And so he came this morning. I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him, except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that was good, because I didn't hear from him. And then he came over in the morning and he's like banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go, you know. And I was just gonna be nice. I'm just gonna be nice as possible. And I had JJ stuff all ready for school. And so
do you remember about what time he got there?
He said he'd be there at 7:30, but it was more like 7:40-ish
Okay.
or 7:35. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, looking at the clock, and he wasn't there at 7:30, and he's usually Mr.
Yeah.
On
Punctual.
time. Yes. So I was like, okay. And then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, and like ran to me and was like holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. And I was like, it's okay, Dad, I can just drive you to school. It's not a big deal. You know, just trying to make it whatever.
Calm.
Yeah, calm. And then he was just being real smirky and real like jerky, you know, to me. And I was like ignoring him, whatever. And so he was like,
And your brother lives there with you?
no,
Okay.
he had stayed with me last night because I was worried he was gonna come over and
Okay.
cause trouble with me.
Okay.
And just wanted someone else there, like my
Yeah.
brother there, because I trust my brother. And it's been a long story. Like I had to go live at my brother's when he took JJ, and you know he's just been difficult. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I got JJ stuff ready. And he was like, well, and he's like this about timing. He's like, I'm leaving in 20 minutes because it's like 15 minutes to the school, and like you can't get there early. They don't open the gates until like 8:20 or something like that. And I said, well, why don't you just go now? I don't want him in the house. I'm like, why don't you just go now and take him to Burger King because that's what he likes for breakfast. And he's very particular about food.
Yeah.
Like he wanted chicken fries for
Yeah.
breakfast and the Sprite. Like, and I just give him what he wants because if you don't give him what he wants, then it's like on the floor screaming, dragging him into school. Like, and he's big and he's heavy and it's hard for me to handle. But anyway, so I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him a back.
He's big and heavy and hard to move around. Therefore, Chad or Alex did carry him to Chad's yard. Lori.
Perfect. He got in the car. This is his MO, right? He always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. I always expect my husband to come back into the house, right? So I guess he had left his phone on the counter.
So he initially left with the backpack and with JJ? And
So
then,
he put them in the car,
okay.
in the driveway, and then he came back in, right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Because he's like acting really weird, like he's plotting something against me. Like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, what did you come here for? You know, he's been talking to my other brother, and my brother came into town at the same time last night. And I haven't talked to my brother in a while, my other brother. And I was like, and so he was texting him on the phone when he first got to my house. And I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like my other brother. And, you know, he's been telling me all these texts, like, you're going down, blah, 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 blah. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families because I want everybody to get divorced. I'm like, what would my motivation be for people getting divorced? So I could babysit the kids more? Like, why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. But anyway, he goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Tyler and I have had to leave with JJ over the years probably 5 times and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. Like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ and he's special needs and it's really hard. Like, it's even hard to take care of by yourself.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling and
nuts like
screaming.
breaking
Like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides like grabbing us and pushing us, but not like punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical
Okay.
before. And with my grown son,
Like physical how?
like got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16.
Okay.
And he came after Tylee.
I don't know if you guys know, but Colby had another baby since she's been locked up.
2 times in Hawaii.
Okay.
And like went like he was gonna hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How old was she when that happened?
Probably 13 and 14.
Okay. So this morning he comes back in and.
He comes back in, I wouldn't give him his phone, he was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text
Mhm.
that he did not want me to see. And so I was just holding it there and he was screaming at me. And I was kind of walking towards around the house with it so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that. And so Tylee came out of her room upset and she had a bat and she told him to leave her mother alone, like, right? So she was really whatever. And he's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, 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 blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion because he was in there in bed. And so he came out into the main room and I guess whatever.
What's your brother's name?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then he just started, he was screaming and he was super upset and whatever. And he's yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she swung at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. It was, and I was right there and they were right there. And my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee.
You go like this, like he grabbed him like.
Yeah, from behind, like just kind of to pull him back. And then they got into the thing and he's hitting him with the bat and they're on the ground, like grappling around or whatever. And then, I mean, it was all.
She says she was there. Baby, you was not there, supposedly. You left with the kids when Charles got there. You were bringing JJ to school. You're a liar.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff.
Yeah, yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like swinging the bat, back and forth, and they were kind of like on the ground, and I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car, right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then I had told Tylee, because she was on the ground, because after he took the bat from her, she fell back. And so I told her, I was like, go get in the car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming into the house, and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. And then,
do you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling during all of this? If they were at all?
Just kind of, get off me, out, or whatever. They were like, don't talk to my niece about whatever. Like, it was, I don't remember specifics, but they were kind of both, they were kind of in the heat of it. I don't think there was many words that I remember.
So Tylee goes outside.
Yeah, she was outside.
And then what happened?
Then they got up from that, and my brother had like stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back and yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly. And then when I went around kind of in the circle, then my brother was there.
When you said when you were going around and he was coming at you with the bat, how was he holding the bat?
Just like that, like backwards.
Like he was swinging it backwards? He would have done like
he would have swung it backwards at me, not frontwards.
Okay, yeah.
He was a professional baseball player.
Okay.
So it was a good idea for Tylee to get out of that.
Probably not the.
I mean, he played semi-pro.
Yeah.
He was, But, and then I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the gunshot. And
so you heard the shot? Did you actually see the shot, or did you just hear it?
I had gone around to the kitchen to get away from him, and so back around. So I don't know if he went in the house.
I didn't, so I'm a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, so I didn't see when I didn't see the shot, I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground
Okay.
and was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and it just went into mom mode. I'm like, I've got to go to get JJ to school. I've got to get to the kids. I just felt like I got to get to the kids. And so I just went outside and to see if they were in there. Okay, I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that was going on. And got JJ in the car, and he was trying to come in. And Tylee was like looking at me with like the crazy eyes, like what just happened. And I told her to get in the car and we're going to take JJ to school. And I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like it all happened very quickly. That
Right.
was, I mean, I feel like I was there because I was right there. And like
Yeah.
a second later, like
Okay.
I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like it was just I didn't say anything. I went out with the kids just to check on them first, and I was gonna come back in maybe, but I didn't. I was like, I just have to get him to school.
Okay.
And call the police and come back, whatever.
Did anybody say did you or your brother say anything at some point about calling the police or calling 911? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called me and
Okay.
he said, "Are you taking JJ to school?" And I said, "Yeah, we need to call the police." And he said, "Okay."
Okay. So he called you when you didn't come back inside, basically?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like in the car for a minute, and then I was like, "What do I do?" And I didn't want JJ to go inside, and I didn't know what to do. And Tylee was freaking out. I was trying to get them away from the scene.
Understandable. And you may not know this, so, because I know you heard the shot, do you know at what point your brother had the gun? Do you know if he had it when they got in their first fight, or did he have to go get it, or do you know that at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you remember if you ever heard your brother?
I didn't see him ever leave the room.
Okay.
So it was so fast. All that was so fast. Like him on the ground rolling around and I'm screaming, and
This probably happened in a couple seconds.
yeah, I mean it was like super fast.
And I don't know if you know this or not, does your brother normally carry a gun? Like, I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Right. Like I
So-
know he's a gun person. Like he
Okay.
has guns and things.
Okay.
He's
Did you-
good with guns.
Did you know that he had one with him
No,
when he came over?
no, but
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because
Okay.
he's very, very professional with guns.
Proficient, professional, responsible's usually a good.
Right,
word.
responsible with guns. Right.
And then, do you remember if at any time, so you were trying to get away from him
Right.
and you heard the shot. Prior to the shot, do you remember at any point hearing your husband or your brother saying anything to either of them?
No.
So my second very ridiculous question is there anything else that I didn't ask about or anything that we didn't cover that you think is important? I always ask that just because I wasn't there, and so we're going through something that happened a super small amount of time.
Yes. Can I
So-
step?
Yeah, go for it.
Just thinking. Just that. He was just so angry, like super scary.
Did
You
you
know how
think,
you take your phone away from like a 16-year-old and they freak out?
Uh-huh.
Like their world disintegrates. Like I've taken my phone away from a 16-year-old boy before, and he's like wanted to kill himself because like they kidnapped him. That's how it was. It was like if something on his phone that he does not want me to see, that he was like freaking out.
Mhm.
Like To the point where I thought he would hit me in the back of the head to get the phone.
Okay. So you thought, and not, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought it was possible that he was going to hurt you.
Absolutely, he was gonna hurt me and Tylee.
Okay.
Not JJ, he would never hurt JJ.
Okay.
And he hurt my brother. Like,
Yeah.
he was going like ballistic about. It was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
And then if, obviously, we'll be here for a little bit, hopefully not too much longer. But if you think of anything or there's anything that kind of pops in your head or something else that we didn't cover, obviously. So I'm gonna go talk to her for just a little bit and then I'll kind of come back and check with you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I know my partner's talking to your brother over in one of the other interview rooms. So we're gonna just try to get, as much done as we can and go from there. Okay? And then, is there anybody that you need to call or anything, or you wanna wait a little bit?
I don't know what I would say.
And wait a little bit, we'll see.
Yeah.
I
don't know what I would say.
And if you want to, you can think about it. So we do have victim services that work within the police department. They're right over here. They're not cops, they're civilians. And they do, Jessica, who's out there with the fire department, so they're kind of our crisis response. They come right away.
Mm-hmm.
So our victim services that work in the department are kind of more long-term type support systems. So they're just a really good resource because they do a lot of stuff with our families and things like that and can help with support services and questions you might have.
She's been through so much.
So it might be a good
I
idea.
just can't stand for her to have to go through all this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea maybe before I take you guys back today that I get one of them to come in and maybe sit and talk with you guys and see. And it's not something there's a bunch of stuff they can, offer, but it's good to have a contact and like a name and a face and a phone
Right.
number.
Very good.
That way maybe a couple days from now, a week from now, or if there's something going on or you think you need help with something, it may not be something that's necessarily up like me and my partner's alley, but it very much may be up theirs. So I'd like for you to meet one of them before we leave. That way, hopefully if there's something that they can help you and your daughter with, they can, or even JJ or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I hadn't even thought about him.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, he's used to him not being there, but he wouldn't understand even if you told him,
right,
like, that somebody passed away. He doesn't understand
what that means. Well, I mean, it's hard at 7 to understand that
Anyway,
anyways.
that's true, but with him, he just doesn't, which is probably better because he doesn't comprehend things,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. So let me go find one of them, and then we'll make sure that you guys get to meet with them before you leave, because that might be something very helpful for you guys. And I'm going to go speak with your daughter for just a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
Okay? And if you need anything, let me know, okay? Okay.
Birdo. Oh, okay, because I saw you were white up there and then you were green and it didn't show me anything. Thank you so very much. I was confused. Doesn't take much. But she stays in this room by herself for for most of the time. So, I'm at 20 minutes now. This part is the most replayed. This must be when they come back. Yeah. 20 minutes of her sitting in the chair. Birdo says yes. You want to watch her? I know you do. Yeah, we get to stare at Lori sitting in the chair. That's a cute little teddy bear. Penelope sleeping in her bed, snoring. Birdo, we got body cam footage of pedophiles tonight. I need to get my butt in gear and go find some clothes that actually fit me for my interview. I am still scared shitless. Oh, it'll be okay. Y'all just say a prayer for me. If you don't say prayers, then send me some good vibes. Me too. I I don't really. Some I do, but some I don't watch. So I watch with y'all so that I can be like, what? With y'all. Instead of being like, oh my God, y'all, look at this. She moved. There is no way my behind would have done went to sleep. Thank you. It's a really, really important job. I had to go over there and take tests first. And then once you pass the test, then they call you for an interview. So, and it took, well, they give you a 2 hour time limit to take the test, and I finished in an hour. And there were two other women in the room taking the test also. I feel kind of like, I don't know, because I've always been that way even in school. Like I was always the first one to finish everything. So I was like, I felt some type of way turning in my test in an hour. And everybody else was still working on it, so I don't know. But the only thing that gets me, you guys, is asking questions about like uh them dumb questions they ask. Y'all know. And then it's gonna be three people, not just one. Three. I'm gonna feel like overpowered. Three people to me, my little one self. Yo, if you don't know, Pink Bo Birdo likes to watch the whole video, even if it's just Lori sitting in the chair. Or what was the other one? Oh yeah, Judge Gold's court paperwork. Oh, she reamed my behind for that one. I still want to get my hair done for my birthday. I just know it's going to cost a lot. So I want a haircut and then I want to get highlights instead of dark hair anymore. Y'all, thank y'all for watching Lori Vallow sit in a chair with us. Hit that like button, please. Pink Bo Birdo, you need to be green. You're the only one not green. Yeah. Nobody else wants to talk. Hello, people. I wish I could understand what they're saying outside the door. You better be here because if not, I'm fast forwarding. No crap, Cass, for real, huh? She sure ain't sad. Well, now because she's alone, she's going to act sad. Thank you, kitty cats. I appreciate that. They're going to have more BHB court documents, I believe. I believe I heard someone say that December 6th she needed to have a response in. So maybe we'll have that response soon. After that, don't know. We'll see. I tell you one thing, their real names are on the court documents, so they have real names and they have their YouTube names, so it gets confusing. And then Queen B and BHB. There's too many B's. They're trying to trick me like Peter picked up what is it? What did he pick? Peppers, but what's the word before that? Starts with a P. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Yes, pet. I'm thinking bushel, but I knew it started with a P. Thank you. Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers. Right? That's how it feels trying to say Queen Bee and BHB and then have their real last names and try to say their YouTube names when you're reading 19 pages. Yeah. Y'all want me to show you the way I want my hair since we're kind of just watching her sit in a chair. All right, let me see where it's at. Burna, 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 burna. All right, this is a wig, okay, but I still want my hair like this. So let me see here. Y'all see that? That's how I want my hair. And it's gonna cost a lot, so I probably won't get it. Peter Piper. Okay, okay, okay. I got it wrong. And so did you. You forgot the L and pickled. Kaz is out trying to be like, I'm smarter than you. Y'all are smart over there across the pond. And y'all know a lot about the United States. All I know is they got kangaroos. Oh my God. When I was watching, I know I told y'all when I was watching Family Feud, because I like compilations of, different clips. And this one question was, what is an animal you might see at a golf course? And this man said, kangaroo. You can't see it? Oh, hold on. Now, let me show you. Can you see it now? That. Yes, that's more like it because they have water. Hello. And then, y'all, oh my God, this one guy. The question was, um, name something of Leonardo DiCaprio's that you would like to hold. This man said, he said, the Mona Lisa. Oh, Jesus, please help me. Hey, Jen, how are you? Leonardo DiCaprio and the Mona Lisa. Birdo, where are you, Birdo? I might need to fast forward if you want me to come back tonight. Why my dog gotta have the most expensive food? Like you like it, kitty cats? I don't know. The haircut just is like, I don't know. Penelope gotta have the best food in the world or she won't eat it. She's eating salmon and peas. I don't even eat salmon. Yes, it's at the beginning, Jen. I'm just playing. It's only 30 minutes, so they wanted to watch something else because it was only 30 minutes. So I'm just playing the interrogation from when Charles was the press conference. And it's like 5-10 minutes into the video because they started a bit late. It might even be 10 to 15 minutes after it starts. No, Kaz, you did? My mom did that. Just put it in a ponytail and snip, and then donate it, but don't donate it to Lots of Love or whatever it is because they charge cancer patients for their wigs. That's funny, Jen. It's not funny because that's why I need to go to the beautician, Jen. Mine's all chopped up too. Nope. There's another one that does it free, but Locks of Love does charge the patients. Yep. Yep. I thought they were free too, right? Cuz the hair is donated. Man, I wouldn't want to be the one that has to sit there and separate the hair colors when they come in. Can't just put them in a pile. Did she move again? We're just counting the times she moves or breathes. What? 25 years? How long was your hair? Oh, now she looks sad. Before, when she was talking to the detective or whatever she is, she was laughing and telling her story and just like not a care in the world. Now that they left, she knows she's alone on body cam. So yeah. So she's acting a little goofy. You lucky? Birdo. Where are you, Birdo? I met It's Me Jen from BHB, guys. I don't know if you watch BHB. Okay, waist length with a ponytail or without a ponytail. Does make a difference. Oh yeah, Susan B. Komen breast. Maybe I'll have to Google that and see. What are you listening to? Dang, 25 years. If you're just coming in, the press conference is at the beginning of the video. It's short, like 30 minutes, if that. So, we're playing the interrogation of when Charles got killed. So you see how dark my hair is now? And then I want it to go. Oh, sweet. That's cool. Um, and I want to get the highlights I showed you in the other picture. Yeah. I kind of have to get my hair done, right? A new body, a new hairdo. Isn't that how it goes? Yo, I made it to 70 pounds lost. That's about the same color I have. Mine's a bit lighter though. Well, did you see I don't think you saw the picture of what I want. Camera. This is what I want. Oh shit. Okay, this is what I want. Like that. From what I have. Yeah, it's gonna be. Thank you so much, Jen. Let me see if it shows up. The membership didn't show up for me. It did. Thank you. Today's the last day of the month, you guys. And I finally get a check for December. What about the color?
Yeah. So one of the victim services, Denise, is here. So I kind of told her just a little bit of what happened. So if you're good with it, I'm gonna have her come over and I'm gonna introduce her to you guys so you guys can talk for a little bit. Which kind of works well too, because I need to run over to where my partner's at and just talk to him a little bit. That way you guys will have a little bit, hopefully, extra support if you need it. So I'm gonna go grab Denise real fast and then introduce you guys. Okay?
You know what I really, really, really want is extensions. I want my own hair, and it takes forever to grow. Girl, I'm waiting on some checks up in surgery. What kind of surgery? Girl, don't send me no money. You gotta pay your bills. Thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. What kind of surgery? Holy moly. No, today's the 30th. Oh, for you it's the 1st. For us it's the 30th. Oh, so my birthday will be on the 3rd for you, Kaz, right? I mean, yeah. Our tomorrow will be your Saturday. So to you, tomorrow's my birthday. So we get to celebrate it twice. And then Kaz's birthday is December 6th, 4 days after mine. We're just waiting on Denise, you guys. Kaz, girl, you had me thinking it really was the 1st. I was like, nah, Friday's the 1st. It's me, Jen. The Tonight I'll be back with body cam footage. I know you like body cam footage. 6 Eastern, if Berto will let me get out of here. I love messing with Berto. There's only 2-3 minutes left. We got this. Jen, she lives in Australia, so she's a day ahead of us. Berto, I hope you know I love ya. Thanks for being here. If you. Oh, no worries. Are the magic tricks cool? The press conference is at the beginning. It's short. So we decided to play the interrogation of when Charles was killed. Oh, wow. Your toe? Your big toe? Oh, don't forget to hit that like button for me, too. I appreciate it so very much. I told him to go. He was purposely trying to annoy me. I wonder how she acted with Denise because it stops when Denise gets in the room, of course, because it's a victim advocate and it can't, you know. Thank you, love.
So this is Denise.
Hi. Hi. Sorry. That's somebody else.
So
Last
she's
minute
gonna take you over to like a conference room so you guys can sit and talk and stuff. And then you can just, once you guys talk and kind of, you can decide if you're comfortable with Tylee coming in or whatever.
Okay, sure.
And then
I just don't want her to be left alone in the
Yeah,
room by herself.
yeah.
She's freaking out. Okay.
so we keep kind of popping in and checking on her and
I
stuff.
just don't want her to be alone too long.
Yeah.
We'll be as brief for as long as you want.
Okay.
I'm here to try to, you got lots of choices when you talk, so we'll just get started and then
Alrighty, folks. Yeah. And I am going to try everything in my power to go to her trial. It's 2 hours away. I want BHB to come to Flagstaff. It's 4 hours for me in Arizona to help look for Chelsea Grum. It's over. It ended when the victim advocate came in because I can't film that. Yes. Prayers for successful surgery and fast healing. You guys, I had like 3 years ago I had carpal tunnel release surgery in both my hands, well one and then one after the other. And it was like the best thing I've ever done. I used to scream in pain, begging God to take the pain away from my hands. That's how bad it was. And oh, no worries. Oh, really? So you know what to expect. And it wasn't a bad recovery. It was just one straight line up my palm, halfway, and just with stitches. Let me tell you, Jen, before I end this, do it. Definitely do it. I don't want to jinx myself, but the surgery has been successful so far. Yep, it was the best things. But y'all, thanks for coming in and watching with me. I'll be back at 6 Eastern with some body cam footage, and I'll see you then.